Hi, Sarah Banas here, Learn to Craft. I am going to show you today how to make your first Cricut project. So this is going to be an out-of-the-box video. You can see here I have a Cricut Maker. It does not have to be a Maker. This is going to apply to all of the machines, whether you have a Joy or you have an Explorer, the Air 2 or the Air 3, the Maker 3. Any of the machines that use Design Space, this is going to apply to. We're not going to go overboard. I want this to be as simple and to the point as it can be. This is for our friends who are scared to take their machine out of the box or have taken it out of the box but are intimidated by it, and so they're not using it. These machines are life-changing, so this is not something that you should let sit in a box for fear. There's a very early learning curve, but it's a very small curve, and you can't see what's beyond that curve because it feels larger than what it is. Once you get past that initial learning curve, you're going to be incredibly surprised by just how easy this machine is to work with. And I'm going to show you how to get past that curve. So we are going to make today, we're going to take a cup. These cups are from Save a Cup. I will link in the video description where you can get $10 off of 50, and they always have free shipping. These are really high quality, really nice. And they have all kinds of cups, but this is the one we're going to use today. Okay, so this is what you need for your project. You need a cup. You need any cup. You can take a cup that has been sitting in your cupboard for 30 years if you want to. You just need something to work with, a flat, non-porous surface. And it doesn't have to be a cup. You can put it on a picture frame if you want, but we're going to be doing a cup, okay? So then you're going to need vinyl. Well, first you're going to need your Cricut, obviously, and you're going to need a cutting mat, and that will come with your Cricut. Then you're going to need vinyl. You're going to need, so there's two types of vinyl, two primary types of vinyl out on the market. One is HTV or iron-on. That is for clothing or fabric. That is not what we're using today. The other type of vinyl is this. This is a self-adhesive vinyl. This is a holographic self-adhesive. These are just basic flat color self-adhesive vinyl. I'll show you how self-adhesive vinyl works. So this is how it works. Let me just flip this over. So this backing, so the vinyl itself is sticky, like a sticker, and then it's on this clear, or this white opaque backing. This is called a carrier sheet. Okay, so that's it. And you can get giant. I got this. I'm pretty sure this is all one pack. It might be 2 packs. Anyways, you can get giant all color packs on Amazon that are great quality, and I'll link one of those in the video description. So I'm a little extra, so I'm going to use a holographic. I will also link this in the video description. Okay, so that's that. Put this over to the side. Okay, and you're also going to need transfer tape. Okay, that's what this is. Giant roll. I'll link this in the video description also. Transfer tape is something that a lot of people have a hard time finding the perfect one for themselves. This is the perfect one. This is the one you want. Giant roll. I've been using this for a super long time. Giant roll. Super cheap. This will last you forever. I'll link it in the video description. It's from Amazon. Okay, and you're going to need a weeding tool. So most of us, when we bought our Cricut, we bought the Cricut weeding tools. Those are great. If that works for you, that's wonderful. I use this. This is a weeding pen. I'll link that in the video description also. But whatever you have that works for you is fine. So you need a weeding tool. You need your vinyl. You need your Cricut. You need transfer tape. And you need your cup. That is all you need. And a pair of scissors. So let's go ahead and let's move over to, Design Space, and I will show you there how to set up and install Design Space. It's incredibly easy. And then we'll move over to the machine. Okay, So here we are on my laptop, and we are on Cricut.com, okay? On the upper left-hand side, you see right here, it says Design Space. This is where you're going to install Design Space on your computer. Before you do that, get your machine out. It'll come with a USB cord and a plug. I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've installed Design Space. I took it off of this machine just to show you. I don't think that you need the USB if you're gonna run this wirelessly, but if you do, you might need it for a second just to connect to the machine. So anyways, put that to the side. We'll see in a minute if you need it or not. And if you're going to run wired, obviously you'll connect your machine to your laptop or computer through the USB. But what you want to do, all I have done so far is I have gotten out my Maker and I have put the plug in the back of the machine, and then I've plugged it into the plug, into the wall plug. So then I went to Cricut.com. Upper left, it says Design Space right here. Click on that. Give it a moment, and that's going to bring up this. Okay, you're going to agree, and then you're going to click right here, Download. Okay, and it's coming right here. It's coming up right here. And I'm on a PC. It's obviously a little bit different on a Mac, but I'm sure you can navigate through it. So while this is downloading, let me just say, if this video is of interest to you or helpful to you, like the video, but make sure that you subscribe to my channel. So I'm coming out with new videos probably once or twice a week, just lots of ways to show you how to do neat and interesting and new projects that you had not thought of before, but also how to design for yourself. That's really important as you move forward in this craft, is learning how to design for yourself. And that in itself is an art form, and you'll really enjoy it. I have a great series coming out over the next few weeks on design. It's totally free. It'll be up on the channel. You're not going to want to miss it. So subscribe to the channel and you'll be notified when the new videos come out. Okay, so now this is done. So we can click on that. Oops, give it a second. Click on that, Show in Folder. Give it a second. Okay, so you saw it came up down here in the bottom right. Click on that. Okay, so mine, I think probably because I already had it installed in here, it didn't make me go through the whole process. But if it does make you go through the process, it'll lead you right through it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to click on Home. And now I'm going to set up, I'm going to put in, see, I'm not sure because you can see it already shows my Maker 3. So I'm not sure if it's going to, oh, you know, that's my Maker 3. This is actually my Maker. I don't think that I ever installed this one on this computer. So let's go ahead and let's see, we should be able to set this up. So we'll go right here, New Product Setup. Okay, and then go to Smart Cutting Machine. Let me open up the Maker. Here's my laptop so I have room. Open up my Maker and turn it on. Hear it coming to life. So now I'm going to pick Cricut Maker for this one. And I have clearance. Yep, I have clearance behind it. And so move forward. It's going to tell you to plug it in and plug it into the wall outlet. That's what I told you I already did. And now it's going to, okay, so it is going to tell me to use the included USB cord to connect the Maker to this computer. I'm going to change it over to wireless, but for now it is going to ask me for this. Give me just 1 second. Let me go ahead and plug that in. All plugged in. And now click continue. Nothing scary. It walks you right through it. Okay. You always want to update in case there's any firmware updates. It just takes a moment. And it's going to be totally worth the wait. I'm also going to link in the video description. When you're looking at the video, underneath the video, there will be a little drop down that you can click on. When you click on that, that will expand. Give me just 1 second here. So when you click on the underneath the video, there's like an arrow down. When you click on that, that will expand. That's where I'm going to put all of the links to all of the products I use. But I'm also going to link in there our Facebook group. So we have one of the largest Cricut groups. Actually, we have probably the largest. We have a massive collaborative of groups totaling about 2 million members. But I'm going to link one that is about 550,000 members. It's our second largest group, I think. It's called Cricut for Beginners, and it is a fantastic group. You'll love it there. You'll fit right in. Super friendly, super helpful. So I'll link that in the video description. Make sure you join us there. Okay, so click register. Okay, next. Okay, so we are going to skip the test cut. You can do it if you want to. We're going to skip because we're just going to be doing something very basic anyways. So, okay, move forward. So this is your main screen. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my projects. And then over here on the left-hand side rather, click on new. And that's going to bring up your workspace, okay? So this is where the magic happens. So there's a lot of stuff that I can teach you about text work, how to install external fonts, how to use glyphs, how to make logos, how to do, and those 3 videos are already on my channel if you want to check those out. But we're not going to go over anything fancy here. We are going to type a name out. We are going to cut it. We are going to weed it. We are going to transfer it onto the cup. I want this to be something that makes you not scared to move forward with your machine. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so right here on the left-hand side, click text. And now up here on top where it says Cricut Sans, click on that. I'm going to use a font that is one of my favorites. And I will link this in the video description also. This is an absolutely beautiful font, especially when you start getting into using the glyphs on it. But that is for down the line. Sarah. Now, of course, I do not have a measuring tape, but guess what? I do have a mat on my table that has a ruler, so that is handy. So we want this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make it 5 inches long. So you see, let me get rid of this. That's Grammarly. If you don't have it, get it. It's great. I just got it and I love it. This is your lock right here. If you undo that lock, your words or your whatever you're working on comes out of proportion. That's not what we want. So we want that left, make sure that's left locked. Up here on the top middle, this is where you can put in specific proportions. Again, make sure that's locked. So you want this 5 wide. Okay. And okay, so that's perfect. So now what we want to do, you have this typed. Now let me show you something really quick. I don't want there to be any confusion here at all. I want this to be basic, like I said, but this is important that you know. So right now, do you see right here where it says basic cut? So where it says basic cut, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to drop that down. This is where you are telling your machine what to do with the text or design that you are sending to it. So if I changed that to pen, it's going to just draw the outline of this. If I were using a writing font, it would just do it in a single line, okay? If I put that I wanted to deboss or engrave or score, and so that's going to change what you're doing. Up here, so these are your draw, your print then cut, and this is your cut. So we are doing a basic cut, okay? So just so that you're aware of that, that is how you do that, okay? So, not to make this difficult, now you have that all ready to go. Click Make It. Okay, and now you have on mat, on card mat, or multiple ways. Okay, we are going on mat. Oh, you know what this, I wonder if this is set up to be my joy, because card mats are only for joy. Give me a second. Let me make sure this didn't accidentally switch over to my joy. So we're going to click on mat. And then we're going to click continue. So I'm sorry, I was just looking at something. So let me just show you this. This is where you're going to cut on your mat. You can move that around if you want. So this is just going to be wherever you are going to load your vinyl onto your mat. Wherever you have your word or your design on this mat here is where it's going to cut. So I'm going to click continue. I'm sorry. So I just want to show you this real quick. Over here where it says mirror, we'll talk about that later on. That is for when you're using HTV or iron-on, that you mirror. This you do not. This is a regular cut. You don't have to change anything at all over here. Okay, so continue. Let it connect to the maker. It might take a second. Now this is where you choose your material. This is what tells it how deep to cut. Okay, so I'm going to click Browse All Materials. If I were just using one of those basic colors that I had showed you, I would type in, I think it's under premium, maybe premium self-adhesive, premium outdoor vinyl is what I would type in. So premium vinyl, premium outdoor vinyl, either one of those will give you a perfect cut. I use premium outdoor vinyl as my setting for that. But we are using holographic. So we're going to use holographic vinyl right there. Done. If you're ever not getting a deep enough cut on your material, because not all holographic vinyl is going to be exactly the same. So that's why we do a test cut. I'm not going to here because I already know what I'm doing. But if you're unfamiliar with the material, do a small test cut, make just a small circle and cut that first to make sure that you're getting all the way through the vinyl, but not into the backing, into that clear carrier. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on default because I already know, but I'm sorry. So if you ever weren't getting a deep enough cut, you can change the pressure by just a little bit more or less here, but we know the default is fine. Okay, so now right here, everything is done on here. So my machine is flashing. That means that it's ready to load the mat. So let's go ahead and go over to the machine now. Okay, so here we are. We are at the maker. We have our cutting mat right here. You're going to want to take, let me first show you, you can see that this is flashing. That means that it's ready. Okay, so you're going to want to take this clear protectant sheet that just keeps pet hair, whatever, off of your mat. It keeps your mat clean, so you want to make sure you keep that. And you remember that when we were looking at the mat on after we sent it to cut, we could put the word wherever we wanted it on the mat. We left it at its default place in the upper left-hand corner. So that is where we're going to load our vinyl on. Okay. Super easy. Just kind of smooth it down. And then you're going to put this in your in your machine. Hold it with your thumb, just light pressure. You're not, shoving this in there. You're just holding it taut against the rollers. And then you're going to click the flashing button. Okay, and then you see how now the C is flashing. Now you're going to click that. And this is where the real magic happens. So now it's going to cut. And you can see here, this is where your blade is. So your blade comes pre-installed in your machine. That is your pen side. If you ever wanted to write instead, that's where you would click out that and you put the pen in there. Not hard at all. You put it in, drop it in there. You'll kind of feel it drop in, and then you close the clamp. This here is where you switch out for any of your other Maker blades. So, you know, if you're, and just so you know, it was that quick, it's done. But if you ever want to use like the rotary blade or anything like that, this is where your blade is. I'll show you real quick. So that's super easy. Pop it open, that comes out. Take that right out of there. That's your blade housing. That's how you ever switch your blade if you ever need to. Push this button to hold it out. Carefully grab it, pull it out, and put your new one in. Super duper easy. And you do not have to change blades very often at all. So now to take this out of here, you see the flashing? Again, click that and that'll get your mat out. I'm going to close this to give us a little bit more room. Turn this off. Close that. And let me actually move my laptop right out of the way. Give us lots of room here. Okay. So now, this is how you weed. Weeding is incredibly easy. What happened to my weeding pen? I would be lost without my weeding pen. Okay, so some people weed on mat. I don't like having the mat there. I feel like it just gets your mat needlessly dirty. So put your cover back on your mat to keep it protected. Put that over here. And so I am a spendthrift. I do not like wasting materials. So I always cut. You can see, I don't know if I should have used regular so you could see. But you can kind of, you're not going to be able to see it. You can see in real life where the lines are from the cut. So I'm just going to cut out just where the name is so we don't waste anything. Okay. And now take my weeding pen. Any weeding tool that you have is fine. And you're going to get rid of the excess. This is what weeding is. Weeding is getting rid of everything but everything but your designer word. So you're getting rid of the cutaway. That is weeding. Okay. So we weeded the outside. It's garbage. And now you weed the insides of the letters. I'm going to link this weeding pen in the video description. I'm telling you, every person who has a cutting machine needs a weeding pen. They are amazing. Okay. Super easy. So that is all there is to weeding. This is now ready to put on our cup. Okay. So get rid of that. You don't need this. I use it just because it makes things a little bit easier. I'll link it in the video description for anybody who wants one. I got it on Amazon. I might shop on Amazon a little bit. But this just, it helps you line up your words and it holds your substrate so that you can put your words on there. Some people, and I probably should have, but I didn't, will take an alcohol pad to it and just wipe it down so that you're getting all that finger grease off of there. Some people do that. I probably should have, but I didn't. And I'm not walking across this room to get a alcohol pad. So, next you're going to cut your, don't be wasteful, cut what you need of your transfer tape. So just enough to cover your design. And this transfer tape, you can use this over and over and over. I probably use a piece at least three times before I throw it away. Sometimes more. So keep your back and you can put it right back on there. Okay, so I peeled off my transfer tape. You see how that's clear? I should have showed you it, but it's on this originally. Peeled this off. It's just a clear piece of transfer tape. Imagine it for what it is. You're transferring from your backing to your substrate. So you put this down on your vinyl, smooth it down. You want to smooth it good. Okay, now to peel your, it's a little bit harder with the holographics. I really should have gone with basics. I didn't make this more difficult for you guys, but again, can't just go basic. But you can see how I'm just peeling this away and I'm leaving the vinyl behind on the transfer tape. So I'm removing the backing and the vinyl will stay behind on that transfer tape. Shimmy it off of there. And that's perfect. So now what we have is we have the transfer tape and the vinyl, right? So now what you do, super simple. It's an ongoing dispute in the vinyl industry if names should go up a cup or down a cup. I prefer up a cup, but that is, again, a dispute everybody has. Try to center it. You want to try to start kind of from the middle so that you're not ending up with bubbles. And you want to kind of go slow. So, see, I got that down, right? And then you're smoothing it down, smoothing it down, smoothing it down. Okay, and now I'm smoothing the top down, smoothing it down, smoothing it down. And now it's all smoothed on there. Transfer tape still attached, right? Rub it. Now, there's also a lot of dispute what the longevity of vinyl on cups is. So holographic is going to stay on here for less time than a regular self-adhesive, like that giant stack of colored ones I showed you. That will stay on, that has a stronger adhesive on it and will stay on for a much longer amount of time. The thicker your lines are, the longer your design is going to stay on your substrate. The smoother your surface is, the better adhesion that vinyl is going to get, the longer it's going to stay on there. So something like this that's incredibly smooth is going to last much longer time. If something is pebbled or something like, it's not going to stay. But something like this will, okay? So now we have that on there good and strong. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Peel this up. Leaves your vinyl behind. And that is how you use self-adhesive vinyl. That is going to be across the board for cups, for anything you do. Car window decals, anything like that. And that's all there is to it. Easy peasy. So, like I said, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and join us on Facebook. Those three things are really important. I'll link everything in the video description. Underneath the video, click the arrow down. It'll expand. Everything will be in there. Make sure you join us on Facebook. You'll fit right in. You're going to love the group. And that's it. If you have any questions at all, you can ask them in the video description, or better yet, you can always approach me. I'm always in one of the groups, so you'll find me there. You can always approach me and ask me any questions you have. I'm an old pro at this. I'm happy to help you with anything you need help with. Okay, that's it. Have a good day. Bye.